Hi guys, so I thought it was time to do my most requested video, probably of all time, which is a how to use your Dyson AIRWRAP, an in-depth tutorial. I got my first AIRWRAP 3 years ago. We've had a lot of trial and error. I have figured out what works for me and what doesn't. Obviously everything might not work the same, but I have figured out, like, if you have this problem, how to solve it. So I do have some tips. I have the second generation right now. I love the pink one that just came out, but it works the same. So I can't make myself get that one when I have this one. But it is so pretty. God, it's so pretty. I also and highly recommend this. I have the longer barrels, so it comes with the wider barrel and then the skinnier one. 9 times out of 10 I will use this one. It just does like more of a looser, more casual curl. But if I want something to stay, this one, like, it'll stay for 4 to 5 days, but it's definitely a tighter curl. It would even work if you were doing like an updo and wanted your face framing pieces done. This is good for that. Anyways, I got out of the shower probably like 20 minutes ago. I haven't put any product in my hair since I got out and it started air drying. So we're just gonna brush it through. This has also become such an expedited process for me. Like, I can do probably my full head in 20 minutes, 15 minutes. All right, we brushed it through. I'm trying to fight as much as my natural texture as possible because it's really wavy and I want it like smoother on the top. Okay, I lied. I did put something in my hair. I have I forgot about this. I have really dry hair, like insanely dry hair. I don't know if you can tell. I did put a little bit of the Way leave-in conditioner. It just smooths down my hair a little bit, but unless you don't have really dry hair, I would avoid loading on too much product because it'll just weigh down your hair, it'll weigh down your curls. But something that you cannot skip is a heat protectant. I know Dyson claims that they don't use as much heat, there's no heat damage. Anytime I'm styling my hair like that, I will put some sort of hair primer, hair protector on it just in case, because I don't know. I love this thing, but it is very new in the market. So you never know like the breakage you could get like years down the line. I love the Bumble and Bubble one. Let's see what else I have up here. Oh, this is for Frizz, the Bondi Boost one. Here's a good drugstore one, the Not Your Mother's, the leave-in. Yeah, you're gonna wanna do some type of heat protectant, especially on your ends. And then I'm just gonna brush that through. So if you have oilier hair, so this is like kind of, it's not a hot take, but this might sound very alarming to some of y'all, but if you have oilier hair or your hair doesn't hold a curl as much, just try not conditioning it in the shower and that will hold a curl. That's why I wouldn't recommend a leave-in conditioner unless you have really dry hair. My hair will be like a paintbrush if I don't put things in it. So now we're gonna blow dry it to a point where you can't see like individual wet hairs. I call it 90% dry, but I know that looks different for everybody. But a general rule of thumb is like it looks dry to the naked eye, but if you were to touch it, you were like, oh, I wouldn't want to run a straightener through this. I can't find my hair dryer attachment right now, so we're just gonna use a little Flyaway attachment. This is my natural texture, by the way. Yeah, I have like Hermione hair. Anyway, wow, that's really something. I'm too lazy to do this a lot of the times, but if I want it to turn out really good, then I'll section it out, but we're gonna do that now. Also, if you do want some more volume in your hair, I love the Olaplex Volumizing Blow Dry Mist. This is also a heat protectant. I feel like it makes my hair look like it came out of a salon. I like her. All right, we're gonna separate my top and bottom layers. I did just get my hair cut, so we have a lot of layers we're working with right now. Also, if you see me like brushing through it a lot, I went to this is wild to say, I went to a Dyson, I'm not a psycho. I was there for the Ulta trip, that's why we did this. Anyways, I went to a Dyson masterclass and they said the tools work so much better if you have less tangles in your hair. The smoother it goes on the barrel, the smoother it will come out, which makes sense. Okay, we're gonna use the wider barrel. The biggest difference for the second generation to the first generation for me was that you only need one barrel and it can go either way. The first one has 2 different barrels, one for one direction, one for the other. So you can do either, whatever you prefer, but I always curl away from my face. I've seen people do, and this looks really good. If you want more of a looser blowout look, you can curl the undersides towards your face and then your top layers away, and it kind of gives that like big 90s blowout look. We're gonna take about this much hair, I would say like 2 to 3 fingers worth, just to standardize it. I always mess this up, so this could blow the wrong way initially. These are the settings I always have on. It's always on the highest. I'll never change them. So this is my tea. A lot of people will do a cold shot after they curl it, and it works. I don't know if I'm just too lazy. I don't do it routinely, but if you have problems with holding a curl, that could definitely help. I just don't personally do that every time. Yep, I do that every time. Okay, so I grab my piece of hair and make sure there's no tangles in it. I start with my barrel kind of near the end, but not super near the end. You want hair that's pretty much all the same length, so it doesn't like fly and go crazy. So turn it on. And then I just bring it close to my face. So you'll see me kind of pull in and out. That kind of mimics like when someone's drying their hair with a round brush and it kind of like pulls that tension. It just sleeks it out a lot more. So that's why I kind of go back and forth a little bit rather than just curling up and then instead of just like letting it go. So like this motion. And you can do a cold shot after that, or sometimes I'll just leave it on the barrel and let it cool down for a second. And then I just kind of help the curl out. And it turns out like that. So again, you're gonna feed it. And then full tension. See? There you go. So we're just gonna do that all around my head. And I would try not to touch the curls at all because it'll just add unnecessary oils onto them. So I like literally pull them to the front and then let them be. And if you notice a curl's not like looking right, just like quickly twirl it with your fingers and then it'll do that ringlet look. And I found that this same method worked for the shark or really any other tool like this. They're pretty much the same. Like I wouldn't tweak anything, I don't think. And I like the shark a lot. Like I don't have any big problems with it. The only issue that it's given me is that the curls don't fall the same way. Like with my Dyson curls, I can like wear them for 3 days and they don't look funky. For some reason, every time I've used the shark, I love the shark curls initially. Like I'm like, those look so good. But they just fall kind of interesting on me. But that's my only qualm. But I would use the same technique on the shark. Finish that side. So we're just gonna switch over. I just brush through it a lot. All right, almost done. Okay, bottom layer's all good. So we're just gonna take this top layer out. Literally looks like I didn't even do anything. We're gonna gently brush it out, not trying to brush those curls. Wow, this is interesting. And now we're gonna do the same thing on the top layer. I'm gonna hit my bangs again later. It just bothers me to like have them hang there, not done, so. So again, kind of grabbing the layers that are the same length, it just makes it so much easier. And you kind of just have to embrace the ringlets for a little bit. Okay, let me take a look in a real mirror. Me missing this whole section because I wasn't looking in a mirror. It's like, all right. Okay, I think that's everything on this side. Just embrace the ringlets for a little bit because you're not gonna brush it out until the end. Should probably have a mirror doing this. Okay, if I'm truly done, that whole side took me 2.5 minutes. That's pretty good. So if I'm done, I'm gonna go look in like a real mirror. Ooh, like that. That's a weird piece. Okay, if I'm truly done, I'm gonna go look in a mirror. But that whole side took me 3 minutes. That's awesome. I think we're good. Yeah, I think that looks all done. So I turn it off in between each curl. I used to leave it on. It works for some people. It makes my hair look so frizzy when I do that. I don't know why, it doesn't make any sense, but for me, this makes it look a lot less frizzy. So I am not a hairspray girl, but I have found that this works really well. But if you are a hairspray girl and you want them to last, this is the humidity spray I use. And Charleston, I freaking need this stuff. So what you're gonna do is take whatever spray you wanna finish with. I used to have this shine spray that I loved and I can't find it anywhere. Whatever spray you wanna finish with. I need the anti-humidity one. You're gonna let your curls completely cool. Like I will usually let them sit like this for like an hour, maybe even longer. Like if you are a hair first, makeup girl second, don't brush them out till you're like ready to walk out the door. But just for this video, you're gonna take your hairbrush and spray either the hairspray, whatever, right on the hairbrush, and you're gonna gently brush them out, and it really disperses that product without it building up on your hair, like so. Now this side. If you want more volume, flip over your hair and then brush it kind of like, here, I'll show you. And brush it kind of this way. See? And then it should stay. This is a lot going on. Okay, full 360. And then this side. And ta-da! Oh, I'm getting a package. But yeah, this will usually stay for me for days or until I want to wash it. It definitely is a trial and error though, like for yourself personally. Just don't give up on the AIRWRAP. Do not, because it can eventually do this. Okay, and this attachment is a lifesaver. This is the Flyaway attachment, and it took me a second to figure out how to use it. Literally somebody commented on one of my TikToks and was like, hey girl, that's not how you use that. And I was like, very humbling, but very educating. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take away where you were blow drying the hair. You're gonna take away the blow, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Holy crap. So this was the blow dry attachment you were using earlier. Just like, you can twist it on here. You can just twist it around so it's facing this direction, and then you can move this little copper piece back and forth depending on what side of your hair you wanna reduce the flyaways. You're gonna flip it to the opposite side so it can lay against your part like this, and then you're gonna flip it on, obviously, and then just run it down, and it takes care of all of your flyaways. Like, it just smooths everything out. So then if you want to do the other side, just flip it over. Amazing. So I think that's it. I think that is all my tricks, but definitely do not get discouraged. It is a little trial and error at first, seeing what works for you and what doesn't, but to me, it's worth every penny.